What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Solo Leveling Arise video. So, tier list time. That's right. We've done enough testing to know where the hell Meilin sits, plus a couple adjustments along the way. Right before I go on to the tier list, though, please remember to go and support your boy on the Content Creator Program. I am number 6. How the hell did that happen, guys? Come on now. Pick your boy back up. I'm getting old for this. I can't be doing all this by myself. No, I'm kidding. Please go check out the description. My link is there. Go and show your boy some love. Now remember, some of you guys can't support me because I think it is still region locked. If that's the case, don't worry about it. I still respect and love you guys. In regards to codes, if you guys are expecting a code, please join my Discord and Nato's Discord. Codes will be coming out in the future. As soon as my videos get approved and her videos get approved, we'll be handing out codes to people who are members as well as subscribers and part of the Discord as well too. So please go and do all that. Everything is in every video and description below. Now, without further ado, let's get on to the tier list. What it's all about and where we're going to sit and put all these people. Okay, so a couple things to note here. Tier list. Now, remember, this is subjective based on testing. Okay, this is my testing done with a lot of other people's testing, and I'm putting this together based on numbers, not necessarily based on people's opinions. It is still subjective, though, because someone else's testing could be different than mine based on gear, situations, bosses they're fighting, whoever the case may be, right? So let's start off with the bottom. All right, so we still have I'm going to change this. You know what, we're going to skip a couple letters here just because, and we're going to keep it as F. Kim still sits at F. That's right. I don't know what they're going to do. Is he a meme? I think he's a meme character at this point for me. He's just there. He's just keeping the bench warm for the next useless character to come out, which I don't think is going to happen for a very long time. So I'm going to leave him there. We're going to go ahead and put in Park Byum, and who is, by the way, CM Prism's favorite alt, which was hilarious to me. Nobody actually saw that alt until he showed it on screen. I've seen it because I've done the SR only account, but I found that hilarious. Joe's also up there. Decent burn unit for an SR, but I mean, there's just way better options out there, so you don't really want to focus on those guys. Joe, he actually is going to go one above in B, where she was before. She's still a decent healer, still pretty decent mana battery, but now with the introduction of Meilin, she kind of loses a little bit of her sparkle. So if you are looking to have, if you do have Meilin, she kind of falls down to here. If you don't have Meilin, she kind of still sits here, at least for POD for the time being, and some of the brand new Battlefield of Chaos raid content. Okay, so that's going to sit there. We're going to put Song back down to C. He actually, honestly, after using him again, I actually did try use him in some Battlefield of Times and stuff. He's okay, but he just underperforms almost every single time. So we're going to drop him down the list. Song will stay in B. She's actually, they buffed her. She's still garbage to me. I don't know why. Not garbage, but she's close to, she's in high school. She definitely belongs in high school. You know, she's not mature. It comes down to combat skills, etc. She's just not there yet. So she's going to go to B, and she's going to stay there. I don't think we're going to move her up anytime soon. So that's pretty much rounding out the worst of the, I would say, the worst of the SRs, okay? Let's talk about the good SRs now. So Ana Ruiz is actually a very good SR, one that does break, does poison, and base off of attack, and actually has really good long range, plus binds opponents. So if you need to just focus on long range damage, she's actually fantastic for that. Plus a water unit. I think water honestly has the best units in the game at the moment when it comes down to SRs, and I would say to some extent now SSRs as well too. So it's pretty crazy. All right, next up, we're going to have Kim Chul here, who is slow AF, but an amazing tank. Just like the Manhwa, is a massive force for shielding and can keep you guys alive very well, and actually a pretty decent breaker. The only problem with him is he's too damn slow, and that's where kind of Jinho takes place here. Jinho's best friend. Jinho actually is one of the best breakers in the game and one of the best light breakers in the game for sure. So they have a lot of good breakers here for light, specifically with these two here. But he just takes it over because number one, his breaking is faster. Number two, he's a faster unit. Number three, he gives a potion that gives a lot of buffs when you get him up. And number four, he is pretty free-to-play friendly because you get multiple copies of him through the challenge mode as well too, okay? So that right there is probably where you're going to look at for your breakers for light. Now, if you're looking for a dark breaker, the only really good dark breaker in the game outside of Lim is, as a matter of fact, might be the only other dark breaker in the game, is going to be Hung Suk. He was actually a really good character. Dong Suk here is going to be one of your best stun characters. There's no resistance to it. He also maximizes your HP, so it gives you max HP back, so it keeps you alive longer, and honestly, not a bad overall character as a hunter as well too. So those two together, I would say, are the two best breakers for the SRs, except for the best breaker in the game, in my opinion, which is going to be Nam. So Nam sits on SOP. I would even put her as broken, to be honest, at this point, because of how good she is. So I might, you know what, we're going to toss her up here. She deserves to be up here at this point. I think she's definitely up there. Kang is going to go with S. Still good for bleeds. Unfortunately, now we're seeing that a lot of bleeds aren't taken into effect. For example, Vulcan, the new content, is allergic to bleeds, apparently. Apparently, you can't cut his skin. Oh, no. So he's going to sit in SOP still. And then we're going to toss Park Hee-jin and SS Broken because I still think she's one of the best units. Number one, she's got Breeze, which increases your ultimate attack. Number two, she's got a debuff removal, just like Alicia does with her shield. And at the same time, she constantly spams her skills and her ultimate. So I still think she's one of the best units. I'm going to toss her and Nam up actually now to broken SRs. So those are two best SRs in the game in my opinion. And you should definitely be focusing on those guys. As a matter of fact, I could probably put Jino up here as well too. But I'll keep him down here for now. And we'll just keep it like this, okay? Now, let's go over to the main event, which is going to be your actual SSRs. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what's going on here. So... Jinchul's still good. I'm going to put him right here, though. I'm going to put him right over here, actually. Okay? Good breaker. Decent attack. Problem is, he's still overshadowed by some of these SRs in what he does. So, yeah, he does have better damage, I would say, than Nam. But overall, if you're looking for a breaker, Nam is a much better breaker. He has better... Honestly, it's even hard to say. I don't think he has better damage or better utility than Park. He doesn't. So I'm going to put him in S. I think he sits there. Even with his buffs, he's just still not up there for me. I've tried my best, guys. I've done every possible test I can. Maybe I'm playing him wrong, but he just doesn't shine anymore for me. So it's kind of the problem, right? So we're going to leave it right there. Dong Su, also, honestly, he's still really good. We're going to put him here. We're going to put these guys right over here because let's be real. I think Nam should actually deserves to be there. So Dongsu is really good still the better of the two win units. Unfortunately, still very niche. Shield removal was his main thing for me personally with his damage, but now that we have a better shield removal character, he kind of falls flat a little bit on there again. So losing a little bit of that right there, okay? Now, Lim, good breaker, good DPS. So I'm going to put him above Nam. So if you're looking for a really good breaker plus a DPS, he's probably going to be a better option to go with because he will fill in a gap for you in regards to DPS as well. And between the two of them, they're both very ranged. Lim just has better options for damage overall. But again, when it comes down to breaking, nobody touches Nam. Nam is still the better breaker between the two of them. But I think because of the DPS increase, that right there is deserved. Lee Bora, also broken. Debuff removals from the ground, which is the only person that does it. Dark damage increase. Plus now her cats are scaling off of her crit a little bit and her crit damage, so she does more damage overall. And like not bad range and DPS. So and plus obviously it has the charmed ability to add an extra 15% damage to the opponent for you for 15 seconds. So that's an AoE as well too. Keep that in mind. And pretty damn good QTE as well. So there you guys go. I would say that right there probably squares out your actually, you know what? There's one more character. SM Beck. Okay. So I'm going to be real with you guys. Until they fix SM Beck in regards to the survivability and make Bleed a better option, he'll be the top end of the SS Brokens. And yes, he's still one of the best DPS in the game. Don't take that away from him. He's still one of the best there for sure. But the problem with him is the fact that his survivability sucks. So if you get hit once, even with the new damage reduction option that he has, it's still not enough. What they need to add for him is lifesteal. Lifesteal will really make the biggest difference for him as a character. So I would say he goes there as well too. And then Beck over here as well. I still think Beck is an amazing breaker. The best SSR breaker for sure, and he does really good defense shred and damage overall, but still not. I wouldn't say he's top tier. So that's kind of, well, he is top tier, but he's not like broken top tier, right? Which is the godly version. So now it comes down to Payne's Angels and still Min plus Choi. So we're going to add Choi into this now as well, too. So these are the characters who are top tier in the game at the moment. So we're going to put the boys in first. Choi, he did move up a slot again. The reason why is I retested him again as a DPS compared to everybody else. He still is the third best DPS in the game and still does quite a bit of damage. He could technically be over here still. You could technically argue he's SS broken, but I think he still deserves this slot, right? Because of his QTE, the defense shred that he does, the range, the burn, the overall damage, the ult, like he has got a lot going for him, especially if you push him to A5. But even at A1, he's still pretty damn broken as a unit. So I still think he deserves this little spot. So we're going to leave him in there. Next up is Min. So we'll put the two boys. Min is for sure still the best light, or not even light. He's still one of the two best buffers in the game. And it's very close. I would say it's pretty much hand in hand. I think there's a tie between the two of them, right? So we'll leave him there as well too. Saw's still the best overall DPS breaker in the game. Best water unit outside of Alicia for damage, but brings a little bit more because of the fact that she has the ability to break and the fact that she provides a shield as well. And overall, just an incredibly powerful unit with probably, I'd say, the best SSR weapon in the game that scales insanely high for crit damage. So Saw definitely deserves it, not to mention she's my game wife, so that works as well. Emma, of course, too. One of the best stage clearers in the game. Incredible for Battlefield of Time, and overall just gives you guys so much utility and so much power, and just one of the most complete characters you could possibly have on your roster. Not to mention there aren't very many good fire units, so she already fills in every single gap that fire needs. The only thing she's lacking a little bit is, I would say, damage compared to Choi, but it's a very, very small gap between the two of them. So she definitely is up there. I would say these two are very much hand in hand. And then we of course have Alicia, who is, I would say, the new queen of DPS. Cha, which is a very close second, I would say now. And then, of course, Meilin is the brand new queen of buffing and healing at the same time. She's pretty much Min plus Johi put together in one little neat basket. Does a lot that Min doesn't, even though Min does some things she doesn't. They complement each other really well. The new meta essentially might just be, without a breaker, Min, Meilin, and Alicia as your main team going forward. So there you guys have it. That is the complete tier list. Remember to please look at this when you need to have reference for anything that's going on. This again is done based on testing, not because of any specific care for these units. You can give me a stick figure. If a stick figure does well, they're going up into SS Payne's Angels and still Min plus Choi plus stick figure, man. Hope this helped you guys out. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.